Good evening, good evening. Happy basically weekend at this point for probably most people, I would assume. It's definitely weekend for us. So this had been intended to be Wednesday, but then I wasn't feeling like it. So I moved it to Thursday. And then Thursday we had a bit of problems with getting everything, all of our ducks in a row and doing getting done what we wanted to get done. So of course, then we had to delay this stream again. So hopefully there's still some people willing to watch out there, but okay. Well, I'm Countertop Commander, and I play a lot of physical Commander. In fact, I will be playing four different Commander decks all at the same time. We will try to. I'll describe some of the stuff that I'm doing, but for the most part, I'll just be playing these decks and kind of talking about it in general. Probably not completely specific detail, but on Sundays is generally the day that I do sort of a beginner stream and like beginner to Magic. And those ones I play very specific decks. I have 10 decks to choose from that are all decks that I use to teach Magic with. And we'll be going through a lot more detail on all the different steps on how to play Magic and what's involved and stuff like that. So I guess let's just go and dive into it. We're playing today we're doing Green Burn, another deck called Parade Floats. Then we'll have Bant Allies, and finally, picking up the rear are Black White Knights. And these are just decks that I picked at random. Some of them are very straightforward. Other ones, like Green Burn and Parade Floats, a little bit. They have their quirks. And so we'll hopefully see how it's going. Hey, Entropy, how's it going tonight? We're just about getting started. I mean, I pretty much just turned it on. So, let's see. So, I guess to explain Green Burn is pretty straightforward. This commander, when we play it, we can get it to flip around to the other side. And you heard somebody needs clips. No, I don't have any clips. I'm sorry. You'll have to go somewhere else, I guess. Maybe I don't know. I don't know that anybody else is online, but you know. I'm sure somebody else has clips, but I just don't have any for you. I'm kind of bankrupt on that one. uh, this guy makes it so each of our lands tap for more than one mana, so we'll just get a bucket load of mana. I mean, the last time I played this deck, I had like 81 mana in just a few lands, essentially. So, yeah, then we use that to burn all of our opponents out and sometimes burn ourselves to death. So yay, we'll see what happens there. Let's get going. Worldly Tutor, that's not really what we want to see, but let's go and get a forest out and this carpet of flowers and hopefully get us some more mana. So I'd started with 2 lands. We need to get up to 7 forests. So we're down to no forests in hand. We need them all to be in our hand. Oh, the bell-bearing hunter and Caled. Yeah, so I actually did that guy a couple of nights ago. I missed him because he's one of those nighttime bosses. Yeah, I just ran around in a circle and used blood flies to kill him. I was pathetic. I cheesed it essentially, but I beat it, so I don't care. At this point, I don't care about cheesing anything in that game. I'll do it essentially at this point. So, let's move on to Parade Floats. This is a really weird deck. The entire concept is you're supposed to visualize. Oh yeah, you're using Poison and Rot. Yeah, Bleed seemed to be really effective up until the one of the dogs came and tried to attack me in the middle of trying to kill the hunter. Yeah, that wasn't very fun or fair. Or actually, I had one of those crazy dinosaur dogs, and I think I had something else trying to attack me at the same time. Like, it could have been a sheep that was just rolling across the ground trying to roll over me. Ugh. Anyway, so with this deck, the idea is that you're supposed to visualize a parade that's ongoing, and each of the floats, the big, huge floats, like you normally have like Snoopy or I don't know, Mickey Mouse or something like, Spider-Man or something. So there's like this deck is filled with huge creatures with no reasonable way to get them out. We're going to cheat them all into play. We're just basically dragging them along for the ride. So, and in fact, that's what we're going to drop on our opponents here soon. So we actually have, now we have 3 different huge creatures in our hand, and there's essentially no way to get them out. But we're going to use Oath of Druids here in a few turns to try to cheese our way into some other creatures from our deck. So let's go in Floodplain, and we'll pass on to Bant Allies. So this one actually started out as a copy deck. So we tried to copy all of our all of our opponents' creatures and things that they had. And I figured out pretty quickly that doing that is iffy at best, because basically once people know what you're doing, then they're never going to play any of their best creatures, which means that you have to make copies of all the crappy creatures. So instead, I'm going to try to copy allies who are really, really good at being in big groups. You know, like just a few ones go really far. And we actually have one of the better ones in our hand. It's one that taps for mana. So yeah, basically our commander, probably not even going to play it. I don't know at this point. But we're going to try to make tokens of our allies and then use populate mechanics to make more of those. And of course, if have you actually beaten the game, Entropy? Have you gotten all the way to the end? Let's see. So Mimic Vat, there you go. That's a copy effect, so that'll be really good. This one into play tapped and we'll pass. Because I do actually have a rune farming spot that I've been using, just so that I could test weapons and such that I hadn't been able to use through my playthrough. I mean, I focus on strength and faith mostly, which means that the best stuff in the game, like magic, I couldn't do anything about. This deck it's just straight black-white knights. I mean, there's nothing really particularly special about it. We started with a pretty loaded hand. We need more land, so hopefully we'll draw into some more land here. And that is not some more land, so. Emiria tapped, and we will pass to the back to mono green burn. So yeah, I've powered up probably, I don't know, probably like 15 different weapons up to level 9 and or level 24, just so that I could fuss around with them. And specific, like definitely most of the legendary weapons is what I did it with. Just like I said, because I kind of want to know what all of the other stuff does, and if any of it was really even viable at all. Let's see here. So I think that probably what we do is we actually do this, because with Scroll Rack, we'll be able to basically ship this entire hand back on top of our library and figure out if we're actually, like basically we're going to try to exchange all of these cards for lands and then go from there. So, especially because there's multiple like shuffle effects in our hand, so essentially we can exchange our hand, then use one of those to shuffle up our deck and try again if we need to. Since Scroll Rack just like exchanges the tops, like your hand with the top portion of your cards. So let's see here. It's a Plains, actually. That's really good. That gives us all that we need. Now we can actually cast everything in our hand once we get Joda out. So that's actually a good thing. Let's see here. So we need an island, though. So let's go ahead and get that island. It activates the Carpet of Flowers, but it's sort of like we need that island for Joda and Joda's ability. Let's see here. Yeah, so we have like stuff like Blightsteel Colossus and stuff to cheat into play like Show and Tell, but then we have some fun cards like Festival. So yeah, see Festival, which is just such a silly card, silly looking card. I mean, okay, so we have Island here, but let's see if there's like a dual land that we can grab. I don't think so. I think I left this deck pretty sparse on the dual lands, which I guess I could fix at this point. Oh, I should show this. This is such a cool card. Somebody made this for me. It's a bird from a show instead of Birds of Paradise. Oh, I love that. Let's go and shuffle and see. Do. What did you focus on, Entropy, on your playthrough? I feel like I have it basically set up for if they ever do any more updates, then I'll be able to test stuff out. But otherwise, I have it saved at the ending where I can do literally every ending if I want to. And I'll probably make a video of all of those endings together. But then otherwise, I'll probably just leave that that save file indefinitely, unless they make some DLC or something, which would be kind of weird for an open world to have DLC, just because it doesn't really make too much sense. But okay, let's see here. So we can play Oath of Druids here, but nobody has any creatures, so it seems like kind of a waste right now to get it out. So we'll just wait. Certainly somebody. Oh, there you go. Okay, great. Yeah. Like, I think that Caleb one is the last one. He's the hardest one because there's a Bell Hunter in the Church of Vows, and there's a Bell Hunter in oh crap. I can't remember all of them. I remember those two, just the Caleb one because I did it recently, but I got surprised by the Church of Vows. Otherwise, I looked them up. Yeah, so there's four of them. There's four different spots, and I think the Caleb one is technically. Oh, let me think. There's one in the shack in the capital. Like there's the cellar shack just outside in the like the grand staircase kind of area. So there's one there if you want to go to that one. Let's see, what do we have? Okay, Shamanic Revelation. It's not too bad, but could use something else. So let's go ahead and get out our Herabaz Druid so we can get some more mana and probably... Oh, wait, do we... Yeah, we want to do that. I probably should have played the Croson Verge instead so that we could activate it next turn, but it'll be okay. Yeah, the Love Shack. Knights, come on, guys. I need you to pick up the slack here. You're like some of my hardest removal in this deck, so I really, really need you to draw into another mana, and that is not another mana. Come on, guys. We can still play a knight here. Do we? I think maybe we do. Just because, I don't know. Just the... Let's go ahead and play it. And that, at least that way, if something crazy happens, we have something to block with. So we also want this to... This guy, we really need a lucky scroll rack here. So yeah, we need a huge scroll rack. So let's say Carpet of Flowers gives us 1 blue mana. So let's go and use that mana. Or I mean, we get 1 mana essentially. And we'll use that to activate scroll rack. And we will put, let's go and put 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I guess let's go. Yeah, let's go and just do 5. Let's see. Is that the order? Well, actually, Do we want to do it this way, or do we want to do it some other way? Electo. I'm not sure who that is. I'm trying to think of who Electo is, or who you could be referencing. Huh. You'll have to remind me who that is. I'm spacing on who that might be. Yeah, let's go ahead, because really, these are all cards that we want, but these two are cards that we don't want at all. Mainly because these tutors are going to be really good for endgame stuff. I mean, to get it, because essentially this card protects us from dying. This card gets us a bunch of forests if we can use it. Worldly Tutor gets us a creature, so basically a win condition. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hate that one. Yeah, that's a sucky one. I disliked that fight. I dislike the one-shot black fire move that it has where it does the 360 damage around it. That's so garbage. I hate that. It's so stupid to have like ridiculous almost because like the Electa jumps through the air to do that attack, and often I would back up pretty far, but then she'd be on top of me. It was like that boss would cross all of the distance to me to kill me. It was like so dumb. If that one thing was changed, it would be a decent fight, and that's how I think that's how I feel about most of the fights in the game. Like there's just too many of them that have garbage attacks like that. I mean, to get those Tisha's ashes, that's not the worst fight in the game, but it's pretty dumb. It's pretty high up there on dumbness. Let's just do 6 cards here. We'll, I'm sure we'll be able to do something because I don't really want to give up most of these cards because basically I'll never see them again if I do that. So wait, that was 6 cards. That at least gives us an idea about what's on top and who's on first and what's on second. Okay, well, I mean, that's okay. But these are all probably, this is all probably stuff that I'm going to want to get rid of. The forests I want to keep, but the rest of the stuff, not so much. So we're putting that there, and we're going to go ahead and play Magus of the Candelabra, because that's going to help us do a lot of, when we actually get out our commander, Magus of the Candelabra will do a lot for us. Strength quality, okay. That's good. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It seems like if you do like a pure strength, you can get through it, but you're going to have really tough battles. But if you're doing quality, just kind of powering stuff up as you need it on stats to kind of test stuff out, or to be able to like use magic a little bit on the side, or use faith a little bit on the side. That's probably the way to go. I was really heavy on my faith, and I ended up with like, I think I ended up stopping at 60 on faith and 50 on strength. It might have been probably better to focus on one more than the other, but that's kind of how it turned out anyway. I kept hoping that the faith, like the incantations, would be good, and I mean, a couple of them are, but really not really. Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully it keeps working out for you. Let's see. So we want to pass on to the parade floats, and now parade floats is going to go, ha ha ha, we're going to take advantage of this. Oh, there's another creature we can use to cheat things out. Swamp, and let's go ahead to get Oath of Druids. So Oath of Druids, if you control less creatures than an opponent, then you get to search up a creature for free. Basically, you get to, well, it's fun using some spells. Yeah, I mean, some of the spells are fun to use. They just never felt like they did enough. Well, at least the incantations didn't feel like they did enough. I think spell-wise, especially after they patched it so that more spells did better, like had longer range and did more damage and used less FP and basically everything you'd want. Though the actual, like, intelligence spell, magic spells, those turned out really good, but a bunch of other stuff didn't feel like they did. I don't know. Another forest here. Or do we... I mean, we can get our commander out. Let's see, what does our commander do it again? I keep forgetting to even use this thing. Untap each enchanted permanent you control. Create a white aura enchantment token named Mask to a permanent. Okay. He's sitting on the countertop. Oh, let's see. Man, we're not really using our commander yet. We really want to, we probably just want to get some more mana. So let's go and do Croson Virgin to play tapped, and that's all we'll do for now. Or do we? No, I guess just in case something crazy happens, it's smarter to go ahead and get Mimic Vat out now, because then we can get Harbaz Druid getting going on. And Black White Knights come on. And so, see, it didn't activate with Harbaz Druid because they share. Nobody has more creatures than them. Everybody only has one, except for the parade floats. So we're going to see something nasty come out there. Knights, and we got a swamp, so we can play the swamp, but unfortunately we don't really have anything else to play. Everything else is more mana, or it's double white mana to cast. So unfortunately we're still stuck doing nothing, and we pass again. So let's do this. Untap stuff. Draw. So that is the thing that we want, but the rest of this stuff we don't really want. So let's go and use the Carpet of Flowers mana again, because there's still only one island. We'll do that. We'll put 2 cards down. We'll draw 2 more cards. And this was when I should have redone for a different card there. Oh well. Oh well. I guess maybe here we do. Well, we don't really have. We don't have a creature that helps us out too much with this. I'm trying to think of what we could do here, because we should have had the crap. Estelle. That's another one I need to look up. Let me. Estelle. Oh, yeah, that one, that guy. I was okay with the animations for its attacks, and it being like based around stars and stuff. But honestly, I actually didn't really like its look at all. I'll be honest. Like, it looked too humanoid. If it was more of a centipede, if it looked more like a centipede, I probably would have liked it more. But the human face and the hands just made it really weird to me. I don't know. I guess I wanted to like it more. It's okay if you like it. It wasn't really my thing too much. Let's see. Well, maybe we go ahead and Worldly Tutor. There's 2. Let's go in Worldly Tutor. Let's see what creatures that we have in our deck that we can use that maybe might help us out with something, with getting more lands into our hand. Because I have a feeling we don't, but better than nothing, and maybe this is our chance to, like, maybe we get Squallmonger or something. I'm trying to think about what could be in this deck. Oh, actually, Yavimaya Elder. There you go. Yeah, I think we're going to do Yavimaya Elder. Although we could do Dryad Greenseeker. Huh. Cinnamede Commander. Do we do... Because this guy could do it a bunch of times. Yavimaya Elder will only do it one time. But then again, Dryad Greenseeker is a little slow on that. Oh, that's good. We had like... We were going to have to dig pretty deep to get to Seek the Horizon, so this is actually a good thing. Let me think. I think I like the Dryad Greenseeker a little bit more. That's what we're going to go with. We'll shuffle up and then keep going. I was trying to think the other day about what my favorite boss was in the game. That's a good thing. I don't know. I guess one of the dragons, maybe. There wasn't very many bosses that I particularly, like, really liked. Like, in Dark Souls 3, I really liked the like dragon soul armor. I think that's what it's called. And I did actually really like Dark Eater Midir, but most of the other bosses I was just annoyed with. I mean, like their design was okay, more or less, but generally they just had super spammy nonsense attacks that could reach you from all the way across the room, and I don't know. I don't find that to be interesting. It feels like artificial difficulty. It doesn't feel like I like Bloodborne with how so many of the fights are super technical that it's really dependent upon your skill in knowing the different aspects of the game to take advantage of in order to win the fight. Like Lady Maria's fight is really technically advanced, and in a sense you could cheese it, but it still feels a lot like it takes a lot of yeah. I guess Gale was an okay fight. Yeah, the dancers' movements are really cool, but it made the attack, like when the attack actually connects, was really awkward for me. But it didn't it Elden Ring didn't really feel like there was any of those kinds of bosses for me. I don't know why that is, or if that was just if I'm completely alone in that, but that's how I felt playing the game. Okay, so we should have played a mountain here, not a swamp. Oh well. Untap, we are the first people to be able to take advantage of. It's okay to be awkward. We're going to be the first to take advantage of the Oath of Druid, so we just reveal cards. We have 0 creatures, everybody else has more, so we reveal cards until we get to a creature. Oh, Terastodon. Okay, that's a card. Let's go ahead and play Terastodon, and those go into the graveyard. So when it comes into play, we get to destroy 3 things. What do we destroy here? And other people get little baby elephants in exchange. So Scroll Rack is a really powerful card, and I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't get rid of it. Like the Carpet of Flowers isn't doing much right now. It may do a little bit later, but then it and Mimic Vat, honestly. I'm thinking I'll go ahead and destroy those. So I need my marker here. And we will 3/3. We do have elephant tokens, I think, but actually, do I go ahead and I don't know. I'm gonna just do this. Carpet of Flowers sounds weak. It's actually a competitive level card. um, Dumbo. Let's see. Oh my gosh, this is awful. I don't know how to draw Dumbo. This is don't look. Just pretend like something else is happening. Somebody not me. Oh my gosh, it looks hideous. No. No, that's not eyes. The those are cheeks, I guess. Okay, it's starting to look a little bit like okay, that's not oh, maybe if I do a little bit of ear here, it'll look a little bit better. Okay. That's slightly better. Carpet of Flowers gives mana once a turn, or once during your turn, equal to the number of islands somebody controls. So if somebody's playing a bunch of islands, then you essentially double your mana because they were stupid enough to play islands. Let's see. Let's do the same thing here. We're just going to make 2 of these monsters. Here we go. That looks a little bit better, but not by much. Ugh, who is this artist? This looks bad and they should feel bad. Oh, okay. Two people get elephants. And that actually solidifies us for getting more creatures another turn. As we wait to do that, let's go ahead and get this Champion of Ronus out. And that means that we'll be able to cheat creatures from our hands next turn, probably. You were the art. No, I'm the artist. Untap. We don't have more creatures, or somebody doesn't have more creatures than us, which is unfortunate. So let's look at Rootborn Defenses. Okay. That's a card that can be played when you want to play cards, that's for sure. Actually, I guess here we play Corrosive Verge. Is that what we want to do? I'm trying to think, because we could play Shamanic Revelation this turn and draw ourselves into maybe something better, but we'd have to play the Forest to do that, versus we could play Corrosive Verge and maybe get some more mana. Oh, I don't know. I'm terrible. These just pretend they look better. I'm gonna go and do Shamanic Revelation, get some more cards. It's only 2, but that's better than nothing. So we get Druid Repository, not bad. There we go, another ally. That's what we want to see. Okay, so we will pass the turn and go to Knights, who does actually get to activate the Oath of Druids as well. So let's go and during our upkeep, we will actually, so before, no wait, do we, I guess we don't really care too much about Terastodon quite yet. So let's go ahead and go to our upkeep. Not a creature, not a creature, not a creature. Oh my gosh, that's all the land that I wanted. Oh no. Oh, this is bad. There's our creature, and this goes away. But what does it do? Let's see. When it enters the battlefield, draw X cards, and you draw X cards where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. Guys. That's crap. Okay, draw for the turn. Eerie Interlude. Not what we wanted to see. Screw you. Screw you, Parade Stack, for forcing me to do that. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure it's a force. I should probably look that up. I should know that by now. I remember it being a force, but... Let's see. Let me turn this on. So that's Oath of Druids. Do we... That player chooses target player who controls more creatures. Yeah, you have to do it. Okay. Yep, that's how it goes, unfortunately. Okay, well, we have 7 cards in our hand. There's nothing else that we can really do here, so... Pass. No lands. Hey, Loppy. DMX draws some cards. How are you doing, Loppy? Doing all right? We are... Just pretend like this isn't a thing right here on their screen. This doesn't exist. It doesn't look this way. It's a much better picture if you close your eyes. Untap, draw this. Yeah, we actually... So we get 1 mana, I think. We're still at 1 mana. So we will cast the Dryad Greenspeaker. Or no, do we... We don't do that. I guess we just do... Let's use that mana and this for Nisa's Pilgrimage, and we'll get 2 forests. One will come into play, and then the other goes into our hand. So that's in play. This is in our hand. We're slowly climbing our way up there. We will get to 7 forests at some point. Sometimes I get there ridiculously fast, and other times I don't get there ever. Just at all. And this also means that everybody has 2 creatures, so nobody gets to use Oath of Druids. Hooray! I love that. As the green player who has a deck with almost no creatures in it, I am pleased with this outcome right now. But that may change. I guess we'll find out. So that's in our hand. Into play tapped. We have 4 forests. We need 3 more. This will hopefully get us there, but we wanted to save on that. So we're going to just pass and then hope that Terastodon doesn't come bearing down on us with its enormous weight. So we don't get Oath of Druids this turn. We just have to draw a card and show and tell. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and play a mountain. We will go to combat. And let's see. So at this point, the black-white knights could get rid of the champion Varonis. The question is, if I saw somebody with 4 cards in their hand, and they just played Terastodon, and I didn't know whether they would actually attack with champion yet, would I get rid of it? And probably not, because I would want them to put something into play and then get rid of that. So I think that that's not what's going to happen. So champion is going to attack. We are going to attack black-white knights, and I will exert the champion to put Prince of Thralls into play. A 7/7 demon that whenever anything dies, I get to have it unless they pay life to stop me. So that's great. That's a thing. I think that they go ahead and block to kill Ronus. The knights do. So the knight deck, the black-white knights, are going to block with this 3/1 creature that came into play in order to kill the champion. There we go. So now we have these 3, and we will pay 3 in order to cast Show and Tell. So now each player may put an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land card from their hand onto the battlefield. So I'm going to get Godsire into play. Let's see what the Bant deck does. They have 1 card in their hand. The Bant deck is going to put... Actually... We're going to put Back from the Brink into play, because that's actually a really good card for us. So that's what we're putting into play. At least I think so. Let's see. Let me double check real quick. I think it's enchantment, artifact, or creature, or land. Yeah. Okay. Just not Planeswalker. That's funny. There was a restaurant in a town that I used to live in that was called the Pink Flamingo, and whenever you went on a business trip, you were always like a little unsure if Pink Flamingo would show up as a possibly bad thing. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and put Knight Exemplar into play, because that makes all of our knights indestructible. So that's really good. And then on this side, they're going to go ahead and put that Dryad Green Seeker into play. Okay, so we've done all of that. Now we need to go back to Bant Allies, because the Parade Float deck can't cause any more damage at this point. They have no more mana. So and this is actually good, because Back from the Brink and Oath of Druids. So Oath of Druids is going to trigger because our opponent has 3 creatures out. So let's go ahead and activate it. And well, we need to untap first. Always untap. Creature, no. Yes, Forgotten Ancient, nice. Okay, well that didn't get as far as I was hoping, but let's go ahead and draw. Plains, that's a good one. Now, what do we do? So we have populate abilities. Let's see. How much mana are we going to have? So if we do 1/2 here to play the core Blade Whirl, we will get a +1/+1 counter on our Forgotten Ancient. So let's go ahead and grab a thing to keep track of that with, because I cast a spell. It also means that when it enters the battlefield or another ally, creatures I control get first strike, so that's good. It's not going to be good enough to stop a Godsire or a Prince of Thralls or a Terastodon or most anything else, but you know, it could be good someday, maybe. Let's tap Powerbaz Druid and this one, so we'll get 2 green from here, and we will play Druid Repository so that maybe whenever we attack sometime in the distant future, we can go ahead and take advantage of it. And then since we haven't played a land this turn, we'll put Croson Verge into play tapped. And I think, well, we get a second counter from Forgotten Ancient here. So I think that's it for the turn. I think that's all we want to do, because we're just basically going to build up and hope that we don't get targeted, essentially. Okay, so at the end of the turn, we do see that the ally deck has more creatures than us. So we are going to get that activated. So I think at the end of the turn, what we're going to do is now we're going to Swords to Plowshares. And I think the Godsire in this case is way more dangerous than the Prince of Thralls. So they are going to gain 8 life and be up to 48. And we actually have a cool new thing that I'm going to try to do now. So I'm going to put on screen, and it's life totals. We're going to try to actually keep track of life totals a little different now. So those are our life totals, and you can see the parade floats is at the 48 life. So let's see. Okay, so that was at the end of the allies' turn. Now we're going to go to our actual turn. We get to Oath of Druids trigger. Mirren Crusader. Nice. So it's a double strike protection for black and green, which is basically the entire table at this point. So that's very happy me. Of course, though, we are not getting we're not getting any mana. So we can't cast anything. So maybe someday we'll be able to cast something. And that came into play without casting it. So actually the Forbidden Ancients doesn't trigger because it just came into play. It didn't get cast. So do we attack? And see, I don't think we attack here. I think we just pass and say, oh well. Okay. The mono green burn deck's turn. And we will untap. We will upkeep. Does somebody have more creatures than us? And it appears that there is one player with more creatures, so we have to activate, or we have to do Oath of Druids. So we are, oh my gosh, a creature. That's awesome. I am very happy about that. Let's see. So we draw a card for the turn, a forest. Awesome. Let's go ahead and activate the Dryad Greenseeker, and it is not a land, so it stays on top. We don't get to put it into our hand. We are very close to being able to play our commander and activate it in the same turn, but we're not close enough. And we don't really have anything else that we can do because we have a handful of lands. So I think that's all we're going to be able to do this turn. We're just going to have to pass and then hope that Oath of Druids doesn't pull out something scarier than a Godsire. Let's go and pick this up. Oh, wait. Trying to get a little bit more organized with how we do this. So we're going to take this, untap, upkeep. Let's go ahead and see what floats down the parade path this time. Imperial Archangel, because of course. And the card that we draw is a land. That's not too bad. So we'll go and play that land. And then we will cast our commander so that we can start casting things from our hand. Do we want to? That's a good question. Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't cast our commander here because that way maybe we still set ourselves like that seems interesting. Oh, and we're supposed to be doing more counters, so let's think. I guess no, because the mono green deck didn't actually cast anything. Voyaging Satyr came out for free. Imperial Archangel came out for free, so maybe maybe we don't put anything on Forgotten Ancients or help them out in any way. Maybe we just attack the allies and see how that goes. So let's see. Could they kill my Prince of Thralls if I attacked with it? Or maybe do I attack the mono green deck? That might be a choice that we could also make. Because that can't attack yet. Let's see. I mean, the allies are really the problem here. The mono green deck isn't doing anything. We aren't really sure what they're doing. They're going to get a lot of mana. That's about all that we know. Playing this deck anyway. And we could attack the knights, but 2 of their knights are indestructible, so it doesn't really matter what happens there. We'll just get chump blocked essentially. So that's unhelpful. Let's see. Do we attack into the allies and hope to grab some of their allies with Prince of Thralls? And I think the answer is yes, but let's think. They have a 3/3, a 2/2, and a 2/2, so they do have enough power to kill Prince of Thralls, so let's go ahead and attack with Terastodon. Now, what is this deck going to block with? They could have blocked with Harabaz Druid, but maybe it's better to block with Forgotten Ancients here. We'll pay the cost, and the next turn we'll make tokens with it through Back from the Brink. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's what we're going to do. We're going to block with Forgotten Ancients. We will pay 3 life in order to prevent the Parade's Float deck from getting it. So let's see. There we go. Made the adjustment. You can see there. Okay. That's all that we're going to do this turn. We are just going to pass. Actually, I guess we could now. Since the Forgotten Ancients is off the battlefield, let's cast the Jodah now, because then next turn we won't have to worry about that same choice again. We can just have Jodah out. Okay, so passing the turn, untap here, upkeep. So yeah, upkeep. We do not have as many creatures as the Parade Floats deck, so we will go ahead and try to get a creature out. And those aren't creatures, but Sakura Tribe Elder is a creature, so that's good. Let's draw a card for the turn. Island. Okay. Do we want to give an island to the mono green deck? Well, honestly, they have a lot of mana, so I guess it doesn't really matter if we give them 1 more mana. And that also better sets us up. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will exile this Forgotten Ancient in order to get a copy of Forgotten Ancient. So let's see. We need another one of these. Forgotten Ancient. And it is a 0/3. And I don't know that we... I'm trying to think of a good way to draw this. Is the Deku Tree a Forgotten Ancient? Here we go. Yes. Deku Tree. Okay. Okay, that's good enough. I don't want to spend too much time on that. And now what we can do is, whenever we want to, we can either activate the Croson Verge, or like kind of at the end of a turn or something, we can do Druid's Deliverance, and we can make multiple copies of the Forgotten Ancient and start building up a ton of +1/+1 counters. So I think that's all we're going to do with this turn, because we could attack, but I think we just pass and see what happens. So the Knights get another chance. They are going to try to get a really cool Knight out and then hopefully draw a land. So that is a land that we wanted. Thank you. That's a Knight, though. Okay. So a Knight into play. That's because they have 3 and some of the other guys have 4. So, oh my gosh, that's a land. Thank goodness. Whew. Okay. Now we can actually do something else with these cards in our hand. Although, I mean, just in general, maybe we just cast our commander here. That might be the smart move. Let's cast our commander, and now we have a bunch of creatures out with a bunch of things that we could do. In fact, if we draw another mana next turn, what we can do is we can have one of this Knight right here grants Indestructible to another Knight we control. And so we'll give Indestructible to Knights Templar, and then we'll use Cleansing Nova to destroy all of the other creatures on the battlefield. So then we're the only ones who are allowed to have creatures. That would be a good start. Okay. Do we attack? That is a good question. Actually, our Mirran Crusader can get through here. So let's go ahead and attack with Mirran Crusader and deal 4 damage over to... Because they could block, but it's still indestructible, so I think that... No, I guess that doesn't kill... Crap. That's problematic. And we cast a spell, so Forgotten Ancients did get a +1/+1 counter. Don't want to forget that. Archangel Empyrean, or Empyrean Archangel, absorbs anything less than 8 damage. So we actually can't really do anything with Mirran Crusader quite yet. We need to pump it up a little bit. And we do not have any pumping. Okay, well, I guess we pass then. Because we could attack the allies, but I don't know. I guess we could have. Oh, well. Okay. We have 4 creatures out. Does somebody have... Yes, the Knights have 5 creatures. So we get to probably screw ourselves with flipping over to creatures because there's so few creatures in this deck. Yavimaya Elder. Well, I guess I spoke too soon. Okay, Yavimaya Elder. We draw a card, and it is a forest. Awesome. So let's see. We get 2 mana from Carpeted Flowers because somebody has 2 islands. So let's use those 2 to cast... Or to activate Yavimaya Elder to sacrifice it, and we will pay the 3 life for the Prince of Thralls. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Green burn. Adjust. There we go. Okay. So we sacrifice to activate the ability, and the trigger for it dying goes on the stack before we draw cards. So we look for 2 forests and put them into our hand. Shuffle up, and then we get to draw a card after that from Yavimaya Elder's ability. Let's see. What is the card that we're going to draw? Are we going to get unlucky? Well, actually, if it's a creature that we really want, then it could be okay. So let's go and do that. Draw a card, and it is Nature's Claim. That's all right. That actually... Oh, man, I think that's what we play here. So, let's see. We use these 3 mana to cast our commander. And then we reveal that we have a crap ton of lands in our hand. More than 7. And we can essentially, if somebody tries to kill this creature before it flips, we can just keep activating the ability over and over again until it actually flips over. So we are going to get our commander flipped, which means all of our lands when we put this land into play, now all of our lands tap for 4 mana because it taps for 1 and then it taps for 1 more for each other land that we control. So let's tap this. No, wait, I guess do we really need to do anything? We actually don't, unfortunately, because we don't have anything in our hands. Let's go ahead and see what our next card is going to be with Dryad Greenspeaker. So Squall Line, no, that's a card that we need. That's like almost end game for us. If we could draw that card, we would be done. Oh, that's frustrating. Let's see. So, well, let's go ahead and untap the lands that we have. So we'll do this. So we activate, we pay X mana. So we're going to pay 4 mana to untap X target lands. So we're going to use that to untap all of our lands. It's so cool. Let's go and tap for 4 more mana, and we will cast Nature's Claim to destroy the Oath of Druids, that bane on our existence. So there's that. And they gain... Wait, do we gain... Oh, yeah. Its controller gains 4 life. So, unfortunately, Parade Floats does gain 4 more life. Okay. Sooner or later, that's going to go down instead of up. You know, like, actually down. What else do we have? Okay, so we did cast 1 spell here. We just cast a second spell. Yavi Maya Elder came into play from Oath of Druids. Okay, so the Forgotten Ancients is now at 3 counters instead of 1. Let's see. Is there anything else that we can do? And I don't think that there is, so we're going to discard a card to get to hand size, and that's it. I guess now with Oath of Druids gone, we will be able to... we'll be able to actually draw Squall Line and do something with it. Okie dokie. So, these guys are going to go untap, upkeep, draw a card. Birds of Paradise. There's not very many creatures tapped, honestly. So let's see. Who do I consider to be more dangerous? The Knights I can fly over. Interesting. Let's see. I mean, Sunblast Angel right now gets rid of Magus of the Candelabra, which is very problematic for its untapping ability. But they'll still be able to block ground creatures, and the ally deck can definitely block it, huh? Let's see. The Knights can't, though. I guess I am kind of concerned about the Knights. I think I'm going to go ahead and swing at the Knights for 9 damage. And does the ally deck respond to that? That's the question. Dealt to me this turn. Okay. So I guess I'm not really that concerned about it right now. Okay, that's fine. Interesting. I guess with the Knights can't do anything about it, so they're just going to have to take the 9 damage, unfortunately. Let's see here. And actually, we cast our commander. We cast Joda, so... Oh, no, they didn't. Parade's Float cast their commander, and so did Mono Green Burn. Okay, so here's where we're at right now. Let's see, life totals. There we go. That's where we're at. And by the way, this life counter is from the MTG Nexus group. So Give them some love if you like this, or if you like how this looks. You can do a lot of different stuff with it. I know that we use it for streams when I play on MTG Nexus, so it's really good. It's really useful. There's certainly a bunch of apps out there. You can use whatever you want, but I don't know. This is the first one I thought of when I decided to start trying to use this. So, okay, let's see. And we didn't really want to attack with anything else, but we do want to get rid of some of these tapped creatures. So I think we go ahead and pay 5 mana because we have Joda, so we can have we can pay 1 less mana in order to cast Sunblast Angel and destroy all tapped creatures. I think then we are going, because we don't want to lose Herabaz Druid yet. So we're going to go ahead and cast our Rootborn Forces. So let's see. This is actually going up to 5 because 2 spells were cast, and we are going to make a copy of Forgotten Ancients. There we go. Ah, very, 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 very good. Okay. So Sunblast Angel goes off. These creatures are protected, but the Burn Dex creatures are not. They die, unfortunately. Poor green creatures. Okay, well, unfortunately, that's it for the turn. We're going to go over to Allies and see what the Allies can do with their cards. So untap, draw a card. It's no more Oath of Druids. It's a forest. We really need to draw something else at this point. We really want to see some more cards. Okay. Do we have Back from the Brink stuff? No, we don't. We don't have anything that we can use that with. Man. Card draw. Let's go and play the planes, and we don't have anything big right now. That's really the main problem here. So let's move. Actually, I guess the Forgotten Ancient being a 5/8 is actually probably what we would rather do. Or do we want to do 8/8? I guess we could move it over to Dumbo here during our upkeep. And now Dumbo is an 8/8. Oh, okay. See you later, Entropy. I'm glad you stopped by. It's always good to see you, and I hope you have a great night. Now, the knights who can actually attack things and do stuff. Let's draw into Hacken Stromgald Scourge, a card we can't do anything with right now. I guess we could play Whip of Erebos here. Maybe that's what we do. I guess we could do that. Well, let's see. Our abilities here, tap X, untapped knights you control, destroy target creature with power X or less. So we actually could... We don't have to do it on our turn. So actually we can do this. We can pay 3. We can play another knight, this one that gives first strike. And at that point, we can wait until the next turn, or when something tries to come at us, specifically the Empyrean Archangel. If the Empyrean Archangel tries to come at us, we just tap our knights down and kill it. I think that's what we do. Oh, wait, no, as Shroud. Crap. Crabola. Okay. Doesn't... Oh, I guess in that case... Actually, we also... Sorry, I'm just realizing. We took commander damage from Parade Floats. We took 4 commander damage. Okay. Yes, we cast this card. Although, no, we want to take that back. We are going to play Whip of Erebos because it gives all of our creatures lifelink, and all of our creatures can attack this turn. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to go whole hog over at the other deck. We will have this knight, Wintermoor Commander. We will have give Indestructible to Knights Templar. So, let's see. With that, they can block 3 creatures. Mirian Crusader is technically a 3/3 because of Knight's Exemplar. So, let's see. What creatures do we have blocking? We have Prince of Thralls, Terastodon, and this this angel here. So, let's have Terastodon block the 5/5 aerial. We'll have Prince of Thralls. We can't block that. So, we will have them block, I guess, the Knight's Exemplar, because I don't have any mana to pump this up. Let's see. At the beginning of your instep, if a player lost 4 more life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on the Knight. Okay. So yeah, let's go and block. We'll do our blocks here and here. And this is a 3/3. So we don't really want to lose Sunblast Angel yet. So let's block the 3 damage here, but that means that we lose 6, 7, 8 damage. Ouch. Or it's 8 life, I mean. Thankfully, no commander damage, but then the Black-White Knights are going to gain 5, 11, 14, let's see, sorry, 14, 16, 18. Yeah. We gain 18 life. Wow, that put us up at head of the pack now because of that Whip of Erebos. That's really good. Whip of Erebos is such a good card. I mean, we're going to lose life before our next turn, but we're going to gain so much back each time we can do Whip of Erebos. It's going to be so good. Okay. Let's see. We really need that one last mana. We need one more mana, and we can cast basically everything in our deck. Okay, so is there anything else that we want to do? And I don't think that there is. I think we just pass the turn. So let's move over to mono green and see what they are capable of. See what they can do. See what muster they can pull out. Probably stinky mustard. So we have Squall Line. We can play a forest, or we can play Glacial Chasm. So I think we just build up mana until we can do Glacial Chasm, and then we do Squall Line. So what we really need to do, we need Squall Line to be able to hit for some mega damage that we can get. So right now, 50 damage. So we need a good number of lands. Right now we only have 25 mana, well, 30 mana, and 2 of it will go into Squall Line. But I guess Carpeted Flowers is at 2 mana. So we do need some more land before we can really hit hard with Squall Line. So I think that we pause and don't do anything, because Glacial Chasm is essentially what we're going to use to protect our... I mean, it reduces all damage to us to 0. So we're just going to sit on this for now, because we can bide our time. I mean, that's essentially what we're going to do. We could have, if we still had Magus of the Candelabra, I think we might actually have won this turn. Because let me think about that. Okay, so if we, instead of playing this land, we played Glacial Chasm, but before that we did... If we had Magus of the Candelabra, we would... Oh, crap, there's one counter on both of the Forgotten Ancients over here. I need to keep track of that. Okay, so let's see. So if we did this, we played this land last. So this is 16 mana. Then we tap this to untap, tap again for 20 mana. We use 4 of that mana, so we're down to 16 in order to untap these lands again. So 32. So we're still not quite there. So yeah, I think playing a land this turn here is what we want to do. And that's all that we're going to do this turn. Okay. We will pass the turn. We will very soon we will get there. We're going to get there. We may have to do it at instant speed, so I guess we'll find out here. Let's see. Untap, untap, upkeep, draw, and Sylvala's Stampede. Let's go ahead and cast that. I think that it makes sense to go ahead and cast it and see what creature that we can get out, even though we know exactly what's going to happen. So when we cast this Sylvala Stampede, we're going to choose, let's see, for each wild vote, we are going to vote wild. Everybody else is going to vote free, and that's because we only have one card in hand. So if they each choose free, then I have to do cards from my hand. And there's only one card, so, I mean, that's what's going to come into play. But then, reveal cards until you reveal a creature card for the wild vote. So what creature are we going to get? Imperious Great Worm. This goes there. I mean, and shuffle the rest into your library. Oh my gosh. Impervious Great Worm. The greatest worm of all the great worms. 1616 indestructible. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Well, I suppose that's how it goes sometimes. Let's see. So we do want to... The knights are going to just keep gaining a ton of life, and the only way to stop it is by attacking them and hoping to overpower them. So we're going to have to try to overpower them as quickly as possible. This 1616 Great Worm is definitely going to do it for us to be able to get there. It may mean that they have to hold one of their creatures back in order to block, so that they can stop 16 damage, which is like almost all of the life that they're going to gain. And we're going to be dealing more damage on top of that. So let's go and set them back. These creatures aren't going to attack. Honestly, I just kind of feel like all out attacking here. We got another counter on the Forgotten Ancients, but we'll get there. So we're just going to attack with all of this against the Black-White Knights deck, which that turns into, this is 13, 20, 29 damage. Holy crap. So, 29. Okay. No. Cancel. Crap. I was going to add instead of subtract. That was not going to be good. Okay, so Black-White Knights are now at... Oh, wait, we absorbed some of the damage. How much? Oh, crap. Oh, my gosh. They gained all that life, but we didn't lose any life. Because Imperial Archangel got destroyed in that exchange. Because it took all of the... All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to Imperial Archangel. The damage is all dealt at once, so the full amount is dealt to Imperial Archangel, killing it because it was only 8 power. Yeah, I mean, I'm showing them after I do the changes. So let's see. This needs to be... I think this is 59. I think that's what we were at for the damage. Okay. So see here. Here's the life totals up here. You should be able to see them. If you can't see them, then I would like to know. Okay. So that means that these guys are actually going to gain some life because they didn't lose 5 life from Imperial Archangel. So there we go. That should resolve it, and that should set us up for the next turn. So Forgotten Ancients did get a +1/+1 counter for a spell being cast. So up here. Yeah, I've been showing them multiple times now. That wasn't the first time that I showed it. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. No, wait, do we want to move counters to something? That would be the question. Yeah, let's go ahead and move both of them to some of our allies here. So let's draw a card. Jawari Shapeshifter. Ooh, nice. Play this forest. Let's go ahead and activate Corrosive Verge so that we can hopefully get rid of some of the lands in our deck and hopefully draw no more lands from like moving forward. So a forest and a plains, do they come into play tapped? Yes, they do. Put them into play tapped. So let's do... Oh, wait, that's not an... Let's see, that's not a dual land. Do we even want a dual land? That's a good question. I guess... Yeah, let's go and do a dual land just because it's nice to be able to have an extra thing here. So we'll do those. Let's see. My problem with Jawari's Shapeshifter right now, it comes into play as a copy of an ally, and we don't really have any of our really strong allies out yet. So I think that maybe we hold them back. I mean, more mana is always good, generally, but we don't really have a lot to use this mana on yet. So I think that maybe that's not what we want. But we are kind of sitting on stuff doing nothing. And we can't attack through Impervious Jerkwad over there. So, do we do anything else with this turn? And I don't think so. I think we just continue to hold off, unfortunately. And maybe one of these days we'll... I guess we could... Let's see. Let's do this. We'll go ahead and cast our commander. It doesn't really help us out because it doesn't draw us any cards or anything. But it does we do get counters on Forgotten Ancients. So at least we have that. We'll get one more counter on each of these. This is a 3. It's a Planeswalker. Let's see. So, do we give a Totem Armor for something? And maybe we do. Let's go ahead and -1, and we'll give a Totem Armor to our Back from the Brink so that we don't lose it in case somebody tries to destroy it. Because that would be mean. Okay. Back from the Brink with our Planeswalker's ability gives Totem Armor. It's basically, it's an enchantment that enchants that permanent, and so that permanent won't be destroyed. The enchantment will if somebody tries to target it. So that's all we're going to do with our turn. We are going to pass and see what happens. So, untap, upkeep, draw a card. Wow, that's good. So we'll play that. We can actually save ourselves so much heartache now. So we are going to attack into Parade Floats to deal a bunch of damage. We are going to use one of the knights to give our... Oh, sorry. We're going to use this winter one to give Knights Exemplar indestructible. So we are going to attack into Parade Floats. They're going to block the commander with Impervious Great Worm. They are going to use Birds of Paradise to block. We can't block Mirren Crusader, so let's block the next best thing. Oh wait, the knight over here got a +1/+1 counter. No wait, they didn't lose any life last turn, so no, they don't get a +1/+1. Okay, so we'll block the Winter Knight with the Birds of Paradise. So that's dead. So the damage that gets through is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 damage through. 10 damage through, but we gain a bunch of life. So let's see. How much life do we gain? Sorry. 5, 11 plus... Hold the burger. Is that just... Oh, it's a toughness. Okay, sorry. I was reading more of the text. Sorry. 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we are going to gain 18 life. And then during our second main, what we're going to do is we are going to pay 5 mana and cast Cleansing Nova to destroy all creatures. Seems good. Seems pretty good. So, let's see. These creatures are dead. Oh wait, this stays there, but these are gone. This is gone. That is unfortunate. Forgotten Ancients is very dead now. Actually, do we... No, we just don't prevent combat damage. There's no point. It's not going to go anywhere or help us or anything. So those are dead. This guy is dead. We have that. That's not destroyed. That's not destroyed. Our creatures do not get destroyed. They all have indestructible. Moving over to here, these guys got destroyed. The other poor Dumbo. Okay. We will get to Parade's Floats here in a second. First, let us go ahead and draw a card, and it is a forest. We'll go ahead and play it. I don't know that we worry too much. Let's see, each creature with flying in each player, so we can't do anything about the indestructible knights. We're just going to have to get enough mana to kill them off in like one swing or something. Okay, pass the turn. Pass over here. They lost all of their creatures. Joda is going to the command zone, but actually I guess Impervious Great Worm stays out. So we do have that at least, because it's indestructible as well. So we will draw a card for the turn, and it is Murmuring Bosk, not what we want to see. Let's go and play it into play tapped. The question is, do we... Man. If we attack here, we're not... Crap. We're not doing enough damage to offset the life gain, really. And we will very quickly lose all of our life if we try to... Man, I guess we don't attack this turn. I don't know. That's a hard choice because we really need somebody else to help us try to put the knights down, but we can't do it alone. We could cast our commander. Maybe we just go ahead and do that so that maybe we can deal a little bit more damage, or we haven't... I guess we don't really... Can't really block with it necessarily, but... Okay. Moving on to allies. Let's untap, draw a card. Another forest. I need card draw. That's what I need. Okay. So... Let's do this. We will get a copy of Harabaz Druid, because creatures of things helps. Harabaz Druid. And it is a 0/1. Let's do... Actually, let's go ahead and Totem Armor that with our commander. So we will -1 again and Totem Armor so that hopefully we can keep it. If there's another destroy a bunch of crap out there effect. There we go. And we don't really have anything else, so I think that we just pass the turn. I think that's all we can do right now. Okay. Back to the knights. So, untap, upkeep, draw a card. Nihil Spellbomb. Okay, that's a card. That is a card that we can use. So, let's see. What do we do to try to end this as fast as possible? I think that in this case, we want to go ahead and play Campaign of Vengeance, so that whenever a creature we control attacks, the defending player loses 1 life and we gain the 1 life, so we can offset this life gain, life loss thing even further. Now the question is, who do we attack? So, The allies are pretty weak right now, so we could definitely attack them. Our nemesis has been parade floats up to this point, but they don't have any cards in hand. And they don't really have any creatures. They can't beat us in a battle quite yet. Especially as we keep getting more creatures, and when we don't forget that this knight gets a +1/+1 counter when somebody loses enough life. So the question is, what is the mono green deck doing with a full hand of cards and a bunch of untapped mana? And whatever it is, I don't like it. It's at this point, it's sort of like we don't know what the unknown is. We know what parade floats can do. They can deal us 20 damage, but we can essentially offset that now. In fact, we can gain a little bit more. On the other hand, we have the allies who are also kind of struggling. They've been just playing land. They haven't gotten any strong creatures out. So they're kind of sitting out. I mean, like, we've seen what they can do so far, and they don't have a big hand. So I'm kind of worried about what mono green can do. So that's who we're going to attack, actually. They haven't done anything to us, but it doesn't really matter because they could be doing something really terrible really quickly with that much mana. It's a lot of mana. They have 6 lands, so they have 36 mana out right now. That's a lot of mana in green to not be doing anything with. So they must be waiting, and we don't want to wait for whatever it is. So we're going to attack them. They're going to start by losing 5 life, and we gain 5 life. So let's go ahead and mark that. And that's from the Campaign of Vengeance. Now, for damage, let's see. 5, and this is 11, because that's +6. 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 damage. So they're going to take 19 damage, and we're going to gain 19 life. And this is what it looks like right now. That's our life totals. So we're really high. So even though the Parade Floats deck can deal us 20 damage next turn, we're going to outpace that. And now this means that the mono green deck can die whenever we need it to, essentially. So let's go ahead and pass to mono green and see what happens from there. Especially, so our commander here with the black-white knights has the ability to kill creatures. So we could also do that some turns if we need to, if there's something really, really problematic. Okay, mono green draws a card. That's not what we need. Unfortunately, at this point, we could die, so we are going to have to do Glacial Chasm, sacrifice a land. And now we don't take any damage, but we don't take... All of our damage is reduced to 0, but then we have to pay 2 life for each cumulative upkeep. So that's going to add up really quick. We don't have very many turns to be able to get to mana that we need to kill somebody off. So we're going to really have to hope that... this is probably where I would really plead with the Parade Floats deck to go ahead and attack the Knights deck, because I don't know what else we can do right now. So untap, draw a card. It is a forest. We can't do anything with that. We're going to go ahead and hold it in our hand as if it's something that could do something, and have make sure to make a point of showing off our mana. And that's kind of part of the bluffing thing, is to kind of go, like, maybe, do I want to do something? I don't know if I want to use the mana now. And then I sit back, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack. I don't like... The mono green deck isn't going to get attacked next turn, but we have the best chance of trying to do something about the knights. So we really do need to, work together. So the knights are going to take 20 damage. Did I show that off? I'm going to show it off again. So here we go. That's where we're at. We can take a bit of damage from an attack, and so can Bant allies. So we're just crossing our fingers here. Okay. That is Parade Floats. Let's see what allies can manage with what they have. Oh, and we cast our commander, actually. That's a good point. We need to go ahead and add that in. Did that? Okay. Everybody casts their commander this game. How's that for? What is this? What is this deck? What are you doing? What is this? What is this garbage? Okay, well, I'm trying to think of anything else that we could do, and I don't think we want to do any of the exiling with, and we don't really want to, but maybe we do. I guess maybe we go ahead. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll go and get Core Blade Whirl. We'll get a copy of that from back from the brink. Blade Whirl. And it is a 2/2. Okay. And then we're going to also use our commander to do totem armor on that as well. So hopefully, I mean, it means almost nothing, but maybe it saves us one turn. They're just so weak that there's... I don't know. Okay. Well, it's something at least. Okay. Back to the knights. Knights. Nighty knights. Untap. Upkeep. Draw a card. Well of Lost Dreams. That's a card. Holy cow. Okay. So whenever we gain life, we can draw that many cards, essentially. So, do we play more creatures? And I'm wondering if we go ahead and do that. Just so we can draw some more cards with Knight of the Black Rose. I mean, like, we'll have another creature out. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to play Knights of the Black Rose. We are the Monarch now. Let's go and grab ourselves a Monarch card. I think we have one somewhere, so... I don't know. Let's see. There we go. So we are the Monarch. So at the beginning of our end step, we draw an extra card, and then if anybody deals combat damage to us, then they become the Monarch. But the thing is that with Knights of the Black Rose, whenever an opponent becomes the Monarch, if you were the Monarch as that turn began, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So this actually up 1 more counter. This guy can't attack. We are going to try to kill... We're going to try to deal as much damage to Parade Floats as we can. So we are dealing... Well, first we do 5 and 5 for the... what is it? Campaign of Vengeance. So let's go ahead and do that first. And then we will... Let's see. 5... 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 20 life that they lose. And we gain 20 life. Wow, this is... We started out not having like any cards or anything that we could do, and now we're going bananas. We are taking over the game. And then we end our turn by drawing a card, Ethereal Absolution. Awesome. Yeah. Ethereal Absolution is really good. Okay. It gives all of our creatures +1/+1 and all of our opponent's creatures -1/-1. So all of our hope is in this deck right here. I think it's pretty much completely in mono green burn. So Glacial Chasm, we have to pay the price, and that is -2 life. Draw a card. Realm Seekers. Let's... I kind of wish that I had something to just dump a bunch of, like, all of our... I mean, there is cards out there to dump your entire hand on, like, all of the lands in your hand onto the battlefield. But we're kind of late for that being able to be, like, a really viable thing. So let's play a forest. We will tap for 6 mana here to cast Realm Seekers. So it enters the battlefield with a number of counters on it equal to the number of cards in all players' hands. We have 6. let's see. Parades Floats has 1. The Allies deck has 3. And the Knights has 6. So we are looking at 12, 16 is what we have. So let's go ahead and put that on Realm Seekers. It's 12 and 1 more, 16. So we do have a big creature here that we can do stuff with, but it may not be enough. I don't know what's going to happen. We need so much mana. It's so much more mana than what we have. But I guess we're getting really close. See, the Realm Seekers is really good for getting lands into your hand, but not onto the battlefield. So if it would be great if we had drawn instead, if we had drawn what is it? Crap. Genesis Wave. If we had drawn Genesis Wave, then we would be really good right now. Okay. Untap, draw a card. Mind Spring. Well, that's unfortunate. We don't have another blue mana to be able to cast it. Forest and 20 more damage going after the Knights deck. They are at 52 life. Okay. Well, I guess we just pass and then go, oh well, it's what do you do? Crap, that Knight gained another counter. Jeez, I really need to stop doing crap like that. Oh, but we did become the Monarch. We stole the Monarch. And that would have been good like 17 turns ago. Okay. Over here, this deck, let's untap, draw a card. It is Progenitor Mimic. Interesting. That is incredibly interesting, because I think that means that we go 6 mana, and we have a copy of Imperious Great Worm. Holy crap. And not only that, but we're going to get an Imperious Great Worm for free every next turn. Every one of our turns we get another one. That is a game changer. Yeah, it's a copy of any creature on the battlefield. Impervious Great Worm. Wowee. Wow. 16/16 Indestruct. Nice. Okay, so that's a thing now. That's a big thing. And let's see. Does the one thing that I don't know just off the top of my head. Let's see. Let's see. What does that get us? See, I'm having to look up the rules a little bit, so hang on with me, and let's see if we can answer this question real quick. Go away. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So if the Monarch leaves the game, the active player becomes the Monarch at the same time as that player as that player leaves the game. If the active player is leaving the game, or if there is no active player, the next player in turn order becomes a Monarch. If no player still in the game can become the Monarch, the game continues with no Monarch. Huh. Okay, yeah. So combat damage causing dealt to the monarch. If it causes that player to lose the game, then the triggered ability causes the controller of the attacking creatures to become the the triggered ability that would cause the attacking creatures controller to become the monarch doesn't resolve. Okay, that's what I needed to know. We pass the turn to the knights. So the knights here, they can deal enough damage to parade floats to kill them, but we wouldn't become the monarch in that case, and that's problematic. So, yeah, actually, they lost 2 life, and we gained 2 life from the ability over here. I'm not making that up, I swear. It's the ability of this knight right here, the Knights of the Black Rose. When an opponent becomes the monarch, if you were the monarch as the turn began, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So we want to get the monarch back, but we don't want to kill off parade floats until we're already the monarch. So we'll have to figure out a way to do that. Let's see. Untap, draw a card. Plains. Nice. Play that plains. Let's see here. Unfortunately, crap. I guess we could always do... Well, we want the Ethereal Absolution, so let's go ahead and play that. So that's going to just make this go even faster, possibly, hopefully. So, let's do it like... Oh, man, we need to defeat the... Oh, wait, that's going to automatically kill the Herabaz Druid, because Absolution is going to give -1/-1. So, we have that... Let's see here. So we want to hold something back. So let's go and hold this Knights of the Black Rose back. We'll attack with these 4 against the allies, and we'll attack with this knight against the parade float stack. So that way we can get the Monarch back, and we'll have something to block, hang back with blocking against anything that comes our way. I guess Joda is still flying, so we can't do anything about that, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. So let's see. The allies have 2 creatures to block with. One of them has totem armor, so they're going to block. It's a white creature, so I think that... actually, if we block Mirren Crusader, we'll lose our core Blade Whirl. But we do get to block a lot of the damage. So let's see. When an opponent loses 4 more life. Okay, so first of all, let's do the life exchange with Campaign of Vengeance. So Parade Floats is going to lose 1 life, and Bant Allies is going to lose 4 life from that. And Black-White Knights are going to gain 5. Now, from the attacks, Knight Exemplar deals 2 damage to Parade Floats, and we'll gain 2 life from that. And with this one, they are going to block... I guess we'll do Core Blade Whirl against our commander and Imperious Great Worm against Mirren Crusader. So the other 2 get through. That's 3 damage, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Bant Allies takes 8 damage. And Black-White Knights is going to gain 8 plus the 11, so that's 19 life. Because this is 5 and 6, so yeah. Holy crap. Look at this. Look at this insanity. This is crazy. Core Blade Whirl loses totem armor. So that's gone. Let's see what else happens. We become the monarch, and we will end the turn by drawing a card, and it is Orsov's Signet, so that's not too bad. I think that is all we do this turn, and we just pass. Okay. So, mono green burn. Untap. Draw a card. Forest. Play the forest. Actually, we lose 4 life from Glacial Chasm. So we are... Let's go and do that. So, minus 4 life. We lose 6 life next turn. So that's about to be. We get basically one more. We get this turn cycle and next turn cycle, and then we can basically see ourselves out as we die. Okay, pass the turn. That's all we can do. We don't have anything else. Okie dokie. Untap, draw a card. Mountain. Play the mountain. Because what else are we going to do? I guess we can play this card. We can pay any mana that we want. So we're going to play that card. Impervious Great Worm does us no good. Let's go ahead and swing with Joda. Let's see. Permanent controlled. Yeah. So we're going to swing with Joda. Deal 4 more damage to the Black White Knights. Actually, they should be... They've taken 2 more hits from Joda. So, let's see. There we go. Okay. Black White Knights loses 4 life. And they take 4 more commander damage. That's the thing that I wasn't keeping track of. So they are getting rather dangerously close with commander damage, but... Oh well. So, let's see. Let us become the Monarch and find out what card. Rhea Dawnbringer. Okay, that is a card. I wish that we had that a long time ago. Go over to here. We will untap during our upkeep. We get a copy of the Impervious Great Worm. So there are 2 of them now, which is crazy good. Draw a card. Mirror Mockery. That's really nice. Oh, and... Oh, crap. Parade's Floats lost 2 life, and... For Become the Monarch, unfortunately. Okay. So, we could do Mirror Mockery here. Let's do 1-2. We will enchant Impervious Great Worm with Mirror Mockery, which means that whenever it attacks, we get a copy of it that's also attacking. So we are going to attack with both it and the copy of it against the Black White Knights deck. They only have 1 blocker, so they're going to take 16 damage. Which isn't a lot, but it's something. Let's see. So... Let us pass the turn. Actually, do we want to... Yeah, that's where we're going to do it. We're going to pass the turn. And the Black White Knights deck is going to untap, all of this. Oh, wait, no, it's 15. It's 15 damage, and it's 3 damage. Crap. Sorry, but the Ethereal Absolution gives other things -1/-1, so both Joda and the indestructible guys over here dealt 1 less damage. Okay, draw a card for the turn. Ardenvale Tactician. Tap up to 2 creatures, and let's see. We can cast it as well if that's what we desire doing. I think, though, that drawing more cards is probably better. So let's go ahead and do Well of Lost Dreams. We will... I think we needed... That... There's too many Imperious Great Worms. We are going to go all out, and we're going to try to deal as much damage to the Allies deck as we possibly can. Unfortunately, so we are going to gain 4 life, or gain 6 life, and then they're going to lose 6 life, and we're going to pay 2 to draw 2 cards from the Well of Lost Dreams, and that's from the Campaign of Vengeance right there. So, Bant Allies. Oh, wait, we could have absolutely taken out the mono green deck. What am I thinking? I'm an idiot. Okay, well, that's okay. It's okay. And we gained 6 life. There we go. So, the Bant Allies deck is going to negate the combat damage using Druid's Deliverance, which means that we also populate. So we're going to get another Imperious Great Worm with our populate, because that's how it works. We're going to hit with so many of these next turn. It's awesome. Okay. So, what else do we want to do? Is that it? Because we're not dealing... Because all of our combat damage got blocked. We didn't attack the Parade Float stack, so we don't become Monarch. But we did draw cards with Well of Lost Dreams, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do that. That'll be good enough. Okay, so here is the question. Do we... How much mana do we have? We have 7 mana. If we get one more, we have 64. But that'll... do we just kind of hope that they won't attack us? Do we... I guess let's just roll the dice. We don't have any other choice. We're not going to pay for Glacial Chasm. We're going to draw a card, traverse the Uvenwald. Let's see. We'll play a forest, and let's not do anything. I guess we could attack here. So maybe we go ahead and attack and try to hope that that's enough to... the rest of them have enough damage to kill off the knights. So we're going to attack for 15 damage. Putting Black-White Knights down to 55 life. That's what we're going to do. And we're just going to pass the turn after that. Because we can Squall... Well, no, we kill ourselves with Squall Line. But we can do some other stuff with it. Okay, so pass over here. We're going to untap, draw a card for the turn. Thraxamundar. Hoo boy. I've been looking for you all my life. Thraxamundar. Let's go. Okay, we are full on attacking the knights. Just everybody's going to do that. They have to sacrifice a creature and we get a +1/+1 counter. So they are going to sacrifice... I think I think actually the knight that gives the bonus there. Actually, this should be higher now. Oh well. Anyway, so how much damage is that? That is 6, 9, and 24 damage to the face of the Black-White Knights. 24. Adjust. Now this is where we're at. Here's what we're looking at. Okay. Let's see what happens. We draw a card at the end of our turn. Lurking Predators. If only we could also get that out. If we had one more land. Okay. So, it is the allies' turn. We are going to untap. During our upkeep, we get another copy of Imperious Great Worm. So let us get that copy. It is a copy that can't attack, so we'll put it down there. Draw a card for the turn. Spitting Image. Oh, because why not? Let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's Spitting Image and get another copy of Imperious Great Worm. another copy that can't attack. Okay, so here we go. These copies can attack. How much are we doing? We just need 3 of them to attack. So let's do these 3 here. And the copy that's Mirror Mockery. Well, actually, let's see. Oh no, it's... Oh my gosh, it doesn't attack. When a chained creature attacks, you may put a... Oh, it just makes a copy. So we do need to... They actually are 15 health higher. I'm stupid. I'm apparently very, very stupid. I did that wrong completely the other turn. Okay, well, we get a copy of Imperious Great Worm, but it doesn't do anything because it just sits there. That's unfortunate. But let's see. We do 15, 30, 45 damage. So we need to do one more. We need to do a little bit more damage than that. That's one more damage. That is enough. So see here. Here's our life totals. I added back in the 15 damage that I mistakenly took earlier from Mere Mockery. And that means that we have 45 damage here. We need one more, so that's 46 damage. That's enough to kill off the Black White Knights. They are dead. They are minus 46. They are exactly dead. Okay. So what does that leave us with? If Black White Knights are dead by some crazy miracle that happened, and I'm not exactly sure, but it happened. So they are gone. Let's fold up some of their stuff here real quick. So it's very apparent that they do not exist. There's so much land here. They got thrown away. Okay, so green deck. Green deck needs to survive. We need to do something to survive here. And that probably means that we need to... Let me go ahead and take it down now. The life totals. Okay. So mono green. Untap. Upkeep. Draw a card. Forest. Okay. What is Traverse the Ulvenwald? 4 more card types are among the cards in your graveyard. Instead, search for a creature or land. So do we have 4 more card types? 1, we have lands, we have creatures. So that's 2. We have an instant, that's 3. And we have an artifact, that's 4. And we also have a sorcery. So we definitely have enough there. So let's go ahead. Let's play a land. We'll tap that land for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So 1 mana is going to be used for Traverse the Ulvenwald. Let's look for some kind of creature that can win us the game. And I think I know what it is, but we also have to just actually find it. So that is the card that's the creature I'm thinking we're going to use. And I just need to double check that there isn't something more direct or more obvious that wins us. So I think that's it. I think it's Walking Ballista or nothing. Nerf or nothing. Okay, mono green burn, you can do it. So Walking Ballista, we have XX mana cost. So let's shuffle and put Walking Ballista into our hand. We actually have 2 mana left. Yeah, because the Bant Allies deck has 2 islands. So that is 2 additional mana that we can use. Let's go ahead and set that right there. A green dice for the Carpet of Flowers. Okay, but we have 8 mana floating, so we don't want to forget that. Let's say 8 here, or maybe 4 and 4, I guess. 4. Well, do we have more? We have more green dice in here somewhere. I am confident of this. Let's see. Okay. So we have 8 mana, 10 mana total. So let's go ahead and take this out. We have 10 mana here. So each of these each of these lands tap for 9 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 72 mana there. 82 mana. So Walking Ballista for 82, so 41. That is a Walking Ballista with 41 +1/+1 counters on it. And we can use that to burn out opponents. We can remove a +1/+1 counter to deal a damage. How much damage do we need to deal? We have 41. We need to deal 36 damage. So mono green deck, mono green burn, it wins. It made it. It like almost 1 turn away from dying, and it managed to somehow be able to kill, to win the game. Oh, that was such a long game. Wow. That was a very long game. But it was very fun. I'm glad I got to see this. This is really cool. I didn't think mono green burn would make it either. Honestly, the this deck was doing so poorly for so long because it just wasn't drawing any of the cards it needed. It wasn't getting to that 7 mana, and then once it did, it had nothing to play. So we sat around for a number of different turns, but that one attack to get life total down some. The mistake that I was making, that the knights actually cause life loss. So even though they attack and deal no damage, they do deal life loss through Campaign of Vengeance, because I completely forgot about that, which is my own fault. We were able to survive and win. Wow. Okay, well, I think that's about it for the evening. I think we're going to go ahead and call it quits. Thank you all for watching. This was great. I hope to keep doing these more. I will play again on Sunday, hopefully. That's what I'm going to aim for, but I guess that's it. Thank you.